it's me, Renee. I'm back. And as you see, I'm a bit upset. I'm not upset. Well, I'm upset. I'm frustrated. I would say frustrated is better word. Better word. And honestly, a bit mad. A bit mad. So as you can see from the title, this is a video about the Annabeth casting, but also in a more general sense, uh, like a non-direct casting, because yeah, looks aren't everything. So a lot of fans. Okay, so was to back it up, in case you didn't know. Firstly, Percy Jackson is getting a TV series on Disney Channel, Disney Plus. And secondly, they've already casted the trio. They probably casted more because they have done a table read in the filming next week. But the trio is what we know of the casting. And Annabeth is casted as a I was about to say white, sorry, black girl. Give me a moment. Black. Sorry, I kind of forgotten her name. The cast of the actress, but it's Leah Jeffries. She is 13, so she's a right age, but she's the wrong skin color according to some fans because she's black. So yeah, this is not cool. Not cool at all. A lot of people are saying how, well, in the books, Annabeth is described as blonde. Annabeth is described as tan. Oh, sorry, tan. As um, as white. Yeah, true. But one, Riordan himself has a whole blog post on how he supports it 100%. Two, when the casting started last year, the casting announcement was released. They said they were looking for everyone. So, regardless of race, ability, like if you don't if you're not able-bodied, you'll still be able to audition, regardless of sexuality. You know what? I'm just gonna read the whole statement. So it says here. Give me a moment. Committed to diverse, inclusive casting. For every role, please submit qualified performers qualified, without regard to disability, gender, race, ethnicity, age, color, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, or any other biases. And that was in the open casting. And yes, age is mentioned there, and a big thing about the movies was that they were too old. And yes, the cast for Grover is 16, but he looks 13. The main thing here is really that they look 13, and that in the script that they are 12, 13, around that age. And also, but Grover as well could look a bit older. But yeah, Annabeth and Percy looks 12, and that's the right age they're supposed to, and they're around that age as well. But no, the main thing here is about Annabeth. So people are just complaining like, no, Annabeth has to be blonde. She has to be blonde. Okay, so this video came out of two things. So the casting started to come, so I decided to reread the first book. Like, okay, so I started to reread it around the time we just had Percy's casting, but then suddenly, then soon we got the rest of the trio. And yeah, I kind of wanted to make this video pretty soon after the Annabeth casting controversy happened, and I just kind of wanted to think about doing the video and make a plan for it, which yeah, now I have it. I mean, of course, I'm neither black nor American nor a part of the acting community, so I'm not inside any of these things, but I'm a fan of the PGO series, so I kind of want to say my two piece. So yeah, again, people are complaining. Annabeth is supposed to be blonde. In the books, she's blonde. She's supposed to be blonde and white. So yes, in the book she's blonde, and I just reread the books. So in the books, she's described as blonde. The word blonde in referation in regarding Annabeth is mentioned 3 times. 3 times. It's mostly mentioned in the very beginning when Percy um, is still a bit out of it, so he hasn't met her. Doesn't know her name. And when you don't know someone, you often describe them somehow by their looks. Like if you haven't talked to them, if you haven't met them, you kind of have to use their looks to describe them. But after that, he describes her as Annabeth or wisecracking. He doesn't really use blonde after that. And why is that? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When you look at the Percy Wikipedia, there's a own Percy Wikipedia. Uh, there's a long Percy Wikipedia just for the Percy fandom, and when you look at it, the whole of the bits about Annabeth. First, there's a bit where it says like Annabeth Chase is a Greek demigod, daughter of the goddess Athena and Professor Felix Chase. Blah blah blah. And then it talks about her family, right? Then it talks about this series she's in, which is Percy Jackson and Olympians, as well as the Heroes of Olympians series. She's one of the 7 demigods of the Prophecy of 7. Okay, I'll just read all of this. Annabeth is architect of Olympus and the former head counselor of Athena's cabin. She's currently the girlfriend of Percy Jackson. That's where the first paragraph ends. Doesn't have one mention of how she looks. Not one mention. Then you have the next paragraph, which says birth, and it's all about how her parents met, and yeah, how her early life. And then it's about childhood. Still, it goes about talking about her childhood, how her dad met another woman, her half siblings came to be. Not one mention about her blonde hair, or even her appearance at all. It's just just what happened to her. So yeah. Also, when you think about Annabeth, do you think, oh yeah, she's the girlfriend of Percy Jackson? No, that not often. I suppose some people might, but like she's a very character, strong, good character in her own right. And also, do you think, oh yeah, Annabeth Chase, that blonde character from the Percy Jackson series? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. You probably think wisecracking, daughter of Athena. You probably think aspiring architect, blonde, and her skin color probably has to be coming like at least number 10 on the list. Hopefully, like I can't mind read what you're thinking, but that's what I'm hoping at least how your mind goes through. So like even though if you're like one of those people, a lot of people like I'm not talking to people who are racist. I'm not racist. I mean because it's kind of hard to talk to them. But there's a lot of people who kind of say like, no, I am not racist. I just love this series. And in the books, he's described as so and so. And why doesn't it stick to so and so? Yeah, no, that's still not cool. Because as Percy, as Rick Riordan said in his blog post, you have not seen her audition tape. You have not seen the script. And yeah, you're basing it purely on the looks. That is racist. And yeah, it's not the same as in the books, but honestly, does it that matter that much? Does this hair color matter that much, or the skin color? I think what matters is what how her personality is. Like in the second, okay, so in the first movie, Annabeth, the character, did not have blonde hair. People complain a lot about this. But then in the second movie, they made her get a new hair color. It still wasn't that good of a movie. So yeah, hair color isn't all that. It's not that important. Like, I'm gonna give you other examples. For example, in the Bloodline series by Richard Mead, one of the characters, Jill, has a different magic ability than she has when she's introduced in the Vampire Academy. People thought like, okay, this was weird, but when it was introduced, she had one or two scenes, and then in Bloodlines, she had a lot of scenes. People didn't think, oh, it's that important. Michelle Mead said that she's forgotten that she had another magic ability in the beginning, and people soon forgot about it. Wasn't that important. And then also, I'm pretty sure that she had a different eye color when she was introduced, and then she had another one when in a new series. I suppose if you're very peculiar about it, that would bug you, but for the most part, that didn't really matter because it changed. So what? It's a fictional world. So yeah, I mean, things can change. I mean, the Jill the character was still the same. She was still her own feisty, or feisty. She was still her own shy but a great character self. I mean, and also, I'm going to give you another example. So, the Percy Jackson series is set around a world where you have demigods, where you have Greek gods exists, magic happens, things happen. So the gods can, like in the sorry, in the last series, the gods make Apollo human. So lots of things can happen. So let's just, for argument's sake, that say that in one of the books, Annabeth's uh, hair changed colors because Zeus, or because Athena, or because some of the gods kind of wanted to change her color because they wanted to mess around with her. Let's say that man made her hair red, and it had to stay red for half a book because reasons. Because it had to stay red until she finished the quest or whatever. Would that have made a difference for how Annabeth herself would have acted? Would have been like her personality, her person? No, it wouldn't. Maybe you probably would have maybe one or two comments about, oh, your hair is red now. Maybe you would have some uh, a red hair jokes, but that's about it. Other than that, it wouldn't make a difference. It would not make a single difference. Yeah, honestly. Okay, so the movies. So Percy Jackson already has one adaptation. The movies. We don't talk about them, but they happened, and they had a lot of things wrong with them. And they did two movies. First one, Annabeth had brown hair. Second one, she had blonde hair. It still wasn't that good of a movie. So yeah, changing, like having. Do you want a adaptation where all the cast looks just like in the books, but they act totally different, or the storyline is totally different? Or do you want a story that's true to the books? I mean, a storyline I'm thinking in the TV series probably gonna be a bit different because there will always be some changes, but hopefully it'll stay true to the book and stay mainly correct and close to the books. But do you want a adaptation where they look similar but that they act completely different? Their storyline is not right at all, or a adaptation where they look different but they act like the book characters and the plot happens like in the book? I would much prefer the second one. I would much prefer the second one. And yeah, honestly, in all adaptations, things are gonna happen. But if you complain about the skin color and the hair color of casts, that is racist. It is, even if you claim it's not. It is because you're complaining about the looks, not about how the acting is because you haven't seen the acting. I suppose, yeah, maybe I've seen the acting of the Leah Jeffries, of the actress, in other things. Maybe I think, she's not that good of an actress. That is fine, but one, I mean, people can improve. Not like people in any job can improve. Like if you do a job when you're 10, and if you do another job when you're 12, hopefully you will improve. I mean, the idea is that you improve with every job you do. And just because you did a bad job in the past shouldn't mean you never get more jobs. And also, maybe there was a bad director. Maybe she had a bad time in her life. People should get new chances. And also, Annabeth, Leah Jeffries got the role for a reason. Disney Plus is making this TV series. I highly doubt that they will give the TV series to give the cast to just anyone. I think pretty sure they had a long audition process and tried to get the right cast. The right cast for the right role. I'm pretty sure there's a reason why Leah Jeffries got the role. Because she's talented. And also, just a little sidebar, but yeah, try to remember, like, if you go around saying, like, no, I'm not racist, you have to stick to the books. Well, try to think in another side of the story, aspect of the story. How many books are there out there with blonde protagonists? How many movies are out there with blonde protagonists? With a blonde white protagonist? I don't think you can mention them all. Well, I suppose you could mention them all if you had like 5 years, and that's a slight exaggeration. But yeah, there are quite a lot of them. How many TV series with black protagonists or with black main characters? I suppose Annabeth isn't a protagonist, she is, but she has a big role, so with black big roles, how many of that can you get? Can you mention like this? At least at the top of my head, it's just a few. Zendaya, Raven Simone. Well, Zendaya. Uh, you have that two Zendaya TV series to do in Disney Channel. You have Raymond Simone's That's So Raven. I want to say that's it. Oh no, you had some on Nickelodeon, like maybe 5, so not that many. How many? Also, how many uh, TV series, books, or also movies set in a magical world can you mention that have white protagonists? A lot of them. A lot of them. I would say most of them. Most of them. How many can you say that have a black protagonist or black character that has a big part is set in a magical world? I want to say maybe at the most 5. Amari, and then you have the Marvels that just came out, and then you have Wrinkle in Time. That's kind of the 3 I'm thinking about at the moment. There might be a few more. Like Twitches also have black protagonists, and that's also been novelized. But that's 4. Maybe I could find a 5 if I'm thinking a bit more, but yeah, it's not many. And seeing yourself represented, as was now, it's not a big screen, it's a small screen. It's on TV screen, it's not movies. But still, seeing yourself represented in a big production, it is important. It has value, it has meaning. So yeah, please just take a seat back and think a bit about your reaction, because your reaction, it's not cool. Not cool at all. You haven't seen her act, you haven't seen audition. Yeah, have you really thought about, I mean, would you want someone blonde and white to act in it, but to have no talent, or to have talent but be written in an awful way, or like do none of the Annabeth things? No, you wouldn't. I suppose, yeah, I can't really say about the script because I haven't seen the script. But like Percy Jackson, I was saying Percy Jackson. Rick Riordan this time is collaborating with the production. He's written a lot of the scripts, or he's helped in writing the scripts. So when the author of the books is helping writing the adaptation, we can be pretty sure it's in safe hands. So yeah, the script I don't really have a problem with or something I want to argue with. My problem is people who say that the casting is wrong because of the looks. Yeah. You know what my first reaction was when I saw the casting? I thought, oh, cool. That's someone I haven't seen before. Because I always like it when big productions give or cast people who haven't really been in a lot of things, because sometimes you get tired of seeing the same 2 or 3 actors being all over the place. And a big production like Percy Jackson could give someone a big character boost and a big platform and just a big chance. So I was just happy, really. I was just very happy that she was casted. I hadn't seen her before. And I thought, oh, cool. And I didn't really think for 1 second, that she was not blonde. It did not matter to me for one tiny second. So, yeah. And that's kind of my thoughts on the matter. I'm not sure how illuminating, how put together this video is, but my video is really put together. But hopefully you'll get my thoughts on the matter and you'll understand what I'm thinking. And I do, when you watch this, probably you might already agree with me, or maybe you'll have some new thoughts seeing this, because I suppose if someone sees this and thinking that, maybe the casting is not that bad. If just one person thinks that, I'm happy. I'm happy. I mean, changing the world takes one person at a time, not more than that. So, yeah. And hopefully this will have you thinking and you'll agree or not. I don't know. If you have some thoughts on the casting or just PGO TV series in general, maybe you have some casting you want to happen and you want to talk about that. That'd be fun. And yeah, this is probably gonna go up today. So yeah, this week is a bit of a weird video week for me, but sometimes that happens. And yeah, I'll see you next video. And bye.